Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonate, leave what doesn't, collective. This is your spiritual guided message for today. And as you know, that consists of animals, colors, numbers, okay? And so I pre-pulled some spiritual cards and some tarot to give us a deeper insight of the message Spirit is trying to relate to us today. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. Okay. So the first card I pulled was the hyena, and this is Scorpio's energy. The hyena is about survival. Like it's a trickster energy. Okay. This is an opportunist behavior. Okay. This is the type of energy that may laugh at others' missteps, okay, or mock, they try to mock other people. Um, okay, this is someone who benefits from chaos or, feeds off attention, all right, collective. This is an energy that is like a false ally, okay, a two-faced support, okay, or someone wearing a smile where they're harboring envy for you, collective, okay. So um I pulled the Six of Wands with the hyena. Okay. And the Six of Wands is about, the victory, the recognition, the praise, the public acknowledgement. Okay. Um, being seen, applauded, or, put on a pedestal to, a spiritual pedestal, most important. This is external validation and social approval. Okay. Um, so the combination message that I'm getting here is that this speaks of like public success that isn't as pure as it appears, and the need to be discerning about who is celebrating with you. Okay. This can be someone in the public. You could have social media or something like that, right? And so you do have people in your energy. Some are real and some are fake. We should know that, right? Some are, there to just hopefully watch you fail. Okay, collective. But you may be winning, right? Rising or being recognized publicly, but the hyena just warns that not everybody applauding you, okay, is genuinely happy for you, and that's okay because they're not genuinely happy for themselves. Okay, so some people around you may be riding your wave for their own gain. Okay. So this is like an opportunist energy. Okay. So spirit is bringing a warning or awareness to that, collective. So pay attention to people and how they move and how they act and how they talk. Okay. Even if you have to test people, you know what I'm saying? You really don't have to test people because God is testing people just with your presence in their life, okay? And it determines on how they decide to handle you is going to be the determination of whether they're going to pass or fail. Okay, and this is spiritual. Okay, let's move on. The next color I have is pink. Okay, and so pink is about unconditional love, compassion, softness. Okay, it's about tenderness, emotional healing, being innocent, right? Vulnerability, right? The desire for harmony, affection, and reassurance. Okay. And so the card I pulled with that was the Knight of Swords. And so this is like someone's coming towards you, collective. With swift action, right? Direct communication, or you're having direct communication, and it may be about some type of love or unconditional love they may have for you, collective. Okay. um this is spoken boldly, sometimes impulsively, right? This is mental clarity. So this person may have mental clarity. It could be a Gemini, of how they feel about you, collective, is what I'm getting, right? But then we also need to keep in mind that, because you're in victory, right? This may be an opportunist type of energy behavior, okay? If this is the type of person that laugh behind your back or try to mock you in some way, and now they're confessing unconditional love, that is something that you need to be mindful of how you decide to embrace this person, is what I'm getting, okay? So someone is like rushing in to express some feelings, defending their love towards you, or communication, emotional truth is how they feeling. um possibly after like holding it in or holding back from you, collective. And so this may, be a heartfelt message that's coming through. But like I said, keep in mind what we just read about the Six of Wands and the hyena, okay? Now we have the spiritual number one. And the spiritual, you may be seeing 11, okay? You could be also seeing 333. You can also be seeing 666 or 6 or 66 or something right around those lines. Okay, this message may be for you. So the spiritual number one is like new beginnings, leadership, self-trust. All right, this represents Aries energy. Okay, so we could be talking about an Aries, and the lesson here is to step forward boldly without fear. Okay. Uh Okay, so also what I'm getting with this number one is that it's about independence and being original, okay? This is also like alignment with your purpose and your higher self, right? Stepping into your power without waiting for permission, okay? And so we have the three of wands, which is Aries, is energy as well, okay? So heavy Aries. So the three of wands is about, you're stepping into a path that is bringing you expansion. You also is some type of spiritual leader because you have foresight, is what I'm getting. This is long-term vision, okay? The three of wands, okay? So you may be waiting for your ships to come in, okay? The results. So something is coming into you, collective. Something that you worked hard on, you planted some seeds with, is what I'm getting, okay? And also, what I'm seeing is like, this is like confidence. Like, this is growth beyond current limits, right? Okay? So growing beyond your current limits, okay? And so the combination message that I'm getting for the two is you are being guided to lead your own path, and just trust the future you has already been activated, okay? So keep going, and it's working. Keep going. Spirit is want to say, if someone felt like giving up, don't. This is your sign to keep going. Whatever you're doing is working, okay? Now, let's move on to the additional tarot that I pulled for this, and I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, okay? This is something real. All the work that you put in, collective, as this Three of Wands suggests, right? That whatever's bringing you victory, okay? It's paying off, okay? It's going to turn real intangible, okay? This is something you can build, right? And it's also about that self-worth, being stable on the inside, right? It's also about a mission. So this is being handed to you from the divine, okay? And then we have the judgment call. So there was a wake-up call for some people that may have mocked you, laughed at you, tried to make you feel some insecurities, their own insecure, project their energy onto you. They are under judgment, is what I'm seeing, right? And also what I'm seeing is you being being asked to just answer the higher calling, right? Release the past and step into your alignment with knowing who you truly are, okay? And then we have the strength card. Spirit is going to give you that strength. This is the new path that requires courage, self mastery, emotional control, and heart, led power, not, just force. So, we could be talking about a Leo. So spirit is going to give you the strength that is needed for you to continue your journey. And with that being said,